All right, guys. So I'm recording this video for you because there is something interesting that came up this week, and it speaks to the spirit of where the group is, and it's something that I personally resonate with as well. So I thought that I share my personal experience of how I was in my 20s and the things I learned to now being close to 40. So, this kind of crazy morning routines and self development expectations versus where I see progress really comes from. Okay. So, I really love what you guys shared and I resonate with it a lot. I know in my 20s and even in my early 30s I was a self-development junkie, which means that all I did all day is watching YouTube videos. I had my mentors there. I was learning from people. I had people I really admired. I followed their channel, followed their every words. I have had a history of following people to look for a father figure, essentially, and really putting that person into a pedestal and learning everything they can or they shared to the point where I was able to recite. So, for example, I was into Osho in my teenage. Then I on my YouTube, like in the LSD Tyler, who was just a up and rising um, pickup artist, and Peter Sage and Elliot Hulse, who was way more normal at the time. A lot of these people I wouldn't follow now, and I don't follow them at all. Not like there is any problem with them, but I just changed so much. I remember at one point I had this 2 hours morning routine, very strict, with all sort of stuff in it, just the way you described, guys, as well. And you know, it was interesting because I put all of this effort, but I very much felt stuck in my life. And one thing that I didn't appreciate actually how much I have done. So one of the problem was is because deep down internally I had a belief that I'm not good enough. It was what permeated my experience. So it didn't matter how much I achieved. The rule was that I'm not good enough. So that means that one I didn't see even when I was here in Hungary, not here in Glasgow. I arrived to Glasgow. I was in a leadership position. I was leading an art team. I was earning incredible money. And I was running a mastermind group, basically doing already group coaching like this, just in person. And I was the most depressed in my life because I still didn't feel good enough. It didn't matter how much I accumulated, the feeling didn't go away. So it's not that the problem wasn't that I didn't do enough. The problem was the underlying operating system that I had installed, right? And so we do transformative coaching here, which means we mess about and change the operating system. We change the beliefs you have, and you're going to see that. Okay. And so in that lowest part of my life is when I met with my coach, and it completely changed my life. Now, fast forward in my late 30s, early 30s, late 30s, yeah, more the late, so after like 35, I already went through like a disillusion phase where I disillusioned from many of the things that I was so naively caught up in. And that disillusion phase was very much a phase of grieving and like everything I put so much belief and energy in. And also it was a place of grounding, of like genuinely asking, okay, what does really work? What is the truth? And it was a time of growing up for me, finally growing up, growing out of the dreams and growing into reality. So then I started to have coaches and mentors, particularly my business mentor, Alex Manzi, and also my personal trainer, Ben Wright. They have shown me how to make real progress. And real progress, like we can talk more about this, but real progress is different how I saw before. So before I saw that I need to hit all the boxes and I need to be this heroic person in order to progress. Now I see that what I need is consistent commitment to the thing I want to create. So I need to know what I want to create, and I need consistent commitment. And I can redirect my direction later down the line. Don't need to worry to do the perfect thing. But if I want to achieve anything, I need to stick to it for a long period of time, right? And I need commitment, and I need to hit through a ceiling of commitment. And many of those, almost all of those things that I've did before in my crazy morning routine and all of those stuff fall away. I have other routines, I have other systems, but now it's coming from a different place. And now they are not like this, I have to optimize for everything. These are systems, right? Alex Hormozi, one of the best business people, says that he sees those people who trying to optimize for everything, he sees that optimization as weakness. Because while you try to optimize your life for everything, he says, I get the job done, and I pass you with miles, right? So one of the problems is when we get hang up in the trying to do everything right in the self-development. We optimizing for everything, and so we're not optimizing for anything, right? So one of the really good question my business coach was asking me is, oh, Victor, but what are you optimizing for, right? Because the truth was that very often I was optimizing for everything. And when I'm optimizing for everything, I'm not optimizing at all. I'm trying to do everything, so I'm doing nothing, really, right? So for us to be able to focus, really dedicate ourselves to one thing, we have to let go. The other thing, we have to optimize things out so we can really optimize to one thing, focus on one thing, right? And that's what I learned, is that kind of being able to marry to one thing is what creates results. And when we're trying these crazy morning routines, we set ourselves up to failure, right? Still there is like a grind and hustle and all of these things in whatever you pursue. But if you have a system, then you know that it's something you can pursue, you can stick to, right? If you don't have a system, if you're optimizing for everything and set for yourself these crazy expectations and routines, that's not really focused, and you set yourself up to fail, right? And that's exactly what was in my early years of life. I set these sky high expectations, which by the way moved with me, so I never could achieve them. I always felt bad about myself. I was unmotivated because my setup was that I'm never good enough. I never appreciate the progress I've done. So I never felt motivated. If anything, sometimes I felt this burst of I have to do something because there is an urgency, and then I'm fuck up. Like it's just all bad. So I'm seeing that like in that, and there was a lot of me having a very hostile self-talk, because I thought that hostility exactly what I need. That hostility, that kick in the bum is exactly what I need to move forward. Now in my 40, like close to 40, I see that actually what motivates me and what motivates people more is not a hostile self-talk, but more a champion of a friendship's self-talk, when I actually appreciate how far I have come, because then I will want to do more of it, right? If I see how far I have come, I will want to do more of it. While if I beat myself up and have this hostile self-talk, what I do then is I might have bursts of motivation, but then I actually retrieve because it's just too hard. Because it's just too hard, because I've been just too hard on myself, right? So this is what I see, is that when we coming from this place of I'm not good enough, and when we coming from this place of I need to beat myself up to self-motivate, that has this bust and boom cycle, right? Or boom and bust cycle. When we really back ourselves up, and when we coming from a whole place, then there is this more consistent way of motivation, more consistent source of motivation. And it's not about doing a lot of these heroic optimizing for everything, but we rather marry to one idea, find what we want to achieve for now, and stick to it for a long period of time, and progressively improve in it, and also have support, because we are human beings and we don't see often where we go wrong. So that's another thing. What has changed for me a lot is actually things started to change for me as I was getting coaching, because now I had someone who was calling out of my bullshit, and I had someone who I could reflect with, and I had someone who showed me the path, the skills, because that person was a couple of steps ahead of me, right? So these are the things that have helped me to make real progress. And this is how I see you guys being maybe at the beginning of your journey, and these are the changes you could make. So I wanted to share this with you, as I think, this is going to be incredibly valuable. Let me know what resonated with you. Let me know what you think about this, and if you have any questions. Great job so far. Keep up. And yeah, keep up. We're going to speak soon.